The bustling marketplace thrived under the warm sun, a labyrinth of stalls overflowing with vibrant fabrics, fragrant spices, and freshly picked produce. Merchants energetically called out to potential buyers, their voices creating a lively symphony that filled the air. Among the throng, a man stood out, striding purposefully through the bazaar with an air of haughty confidence. His expensive, well-tailored clothes marked him as someone with wealth, and he carried himself with a pride that bordered on arrogance. Eyes turned as he walked by, the crowd parting almost instinctively to allow him passage. His chin tilted upward, a smug smile playing at his lips as he glanced dismissively at the mundane wares around him. He sneered at a fruit vendor's call and waved off an eager boy attempting to shine his shoes, his disdain clear. His self-importance was a tangible thing, brushing against those he passed like an unwelcome shadow. Eventually, he approached a corner where a modest woman stood, humbly selling butter from a container balanced gracefully on her head. Her simple dress and downcast eyes were a stark contrast to his opulence. With a barely concealed smirk, he cast a condescending glance toward her humble setup before arrogantly inquiring about her goods. "I'm selling butter, sir," she replied softly, lifting the container to show him. As she adjusted its position, a dollop of butter accidentally spilled, landing squarely on the man's pristine coat. The world seemed to slow as the golden smear spread across the fine fabric. The market's bustling noise faded, replaced by the sharp intake of breath from the surrounding crowd. The man's face turned crimson with rage, his features twisted into an ugly mask of fury. "This is an outrage," he bellowed, demanding immediate compensation. The woman, eyes wide with fear, stammered apologies, her voice trembling. Yet, he would not listen, his anger only growing. A crowd began to gather, the tension palpable. As the man's tirade continued, a calm voice emerged from the assembly. A young man stepped forward, composed and resolute. "Sir," he interjected, his voice cutting through the angry din, "I will compensate you." From a bag, he produced 1,000 dinars, offering the money to the furious man. The arrogant man, momentarily stunned, snatched the money, feeling victorious. But as he began to turn away, the young man's voice stopped him once more. "In exchange," he said firmly, "you must give me your clothes." The market fell silent, all eyes riveted on the unfolding scene. The arrogant man's face contorted as he realized he couldn't leave with both the money and his clothes. An argument rose to his lips, but the young man, unwavering, presented a choice: the clothes or double the sum, 2,000 dinars. Defeated and humiliated, the arrogant man conceded, returning the money. He offered a gruff apology to the woman, his pride shattered. The crowd dispersed, a lesson in humility etched into their minds. The young man smiled knowingly as the arrogant figure walked away, humbled, the bustling market resuming its lively rhythm.